Good evening, everyone. Tonight's subject is gonna be image gallery search API, which is provided by Pexels.com API keys, and it's totally free. It's nice, and we're gonna learn a lot of things tonight. It's gonna be fantastic. So, if you want, we can dive right into the code just now. So by the first, we are gonna create an index.html and style.css and app.js files, and which will have an API key, as I told you before, which is provided from Pexels.com site. If you don't have any Pexels.com account, you can create it, and then into the create an API key. Then you're gonna have to complete some forms, and you're gonna obtain the key which is provided by Pexels.com. So by the first, let's do our basics, and then I'm gonna dive and see what we can do detailed. I'm creating my index.html, I'm creating my style.css file as always, and then I'm creating my app.js file. Okay, we don't need any folder or something like this. Then I'm coming here in index.html. I'm doing my basics, and here I'm gonna give the link of CSS. I'm linking my CSS file here. Let me see if we are recording. Yes, we're recording. I'm here. It's nice. Let me minimize the window for the time being. I'm creating the script.js, CSS app.js, and in body now we are creating some divs here. Let me see, check my code. Yes, I'm creating basically the main div, which name is search div. We have the class search. I'm giving the class of search, pressing enter. I'm leaving some space inside. And then we're gonna have an input, which we have the input. Sorry. In this input, for example, we're gonna write the word cat, and the API will return the images of cats inside our main div, and it's going to display 15 per page each time. After I create my input, I'm creating my search button, which is my div. I'm gonna name it search button. I'm pressing and running the search. After I press the tab, the Visual Studio Code is creating automatically the div with the class name, and inside this div I'm giving the value of search. So after this, I'm gonna create the div gallery, which in this div our images is gonna display by grid display. I'll name it gallery, pressing tab key, and then I'm gonna create the next button, which will be located in at the bottom right corner of the screen. Each time I wanna pass through the other page, I'm gonna press it and load another 15 pictures of coming from the API, return from the API. And then I'm creating one more div, which I'm gonna give the class of next, and in this div I'm naming it next page. Okay, I'm pressing save. Let's open our index.html and see what we've got for the time being. As you can see now, our index.html is totally mess because we don't have any style.css options given. So I'm making my basics stylings. asterisk margin is gonna be 0. The padding, as always, is gonna be 0 again. The box sizing, box sizing is gonna be border box. Save. Okay. And then I have my body. I'm giving the min height of 100 U height and the overflow X hidden. I don't want my page to have an overflow from left to right. I want to have the y-axis only, which I'm gonna scroll through the page in order to see the rest of the pictures which are displayed in my .gallery class. Overflow hidden, X will be hidden, oh my God, hidden, yeah. And then in my search class, I'm giving the position fixed. Yeah. The search div is gonna be at the top of the screen, which is gonna display our input and search button. We'll have the index of 1 and will be like sticky. It's not gonna move while we are scrolling down the mouse in order to see the other images. It's gonna stay at the top of the screen always, no matter how much we scroll the screen. After I say position fixed, I say top 0, left 0. I'm gonna give the width of 100%. Also not 100% view width. After that, I'm gonna say display flex. If we want, we can see what we've got so far. As you can see now, the input and the search key, the search button, come next to each other. I'm gonna leave it here, open my VS Code, and as soon as we have a progress, we're gonna see the styling is getting better. So after we say display flex, we say min height, 10 view height. I'm gonna give a little bit space. After that, I say justify content center, and I say align items also center. Good. As you see now, we have a better styling in our index.html file. And I say border bottom. I give 1 pixel. I say solid. In RGBA, I'm gonna give the black color with alpha value of 0.3. Okay. As you see now, we have a line which is gonna separate our search div with the gallery div with the images div down there. And then I say z index is gonna give is 1, and the background is gonna be white. And this is the reason is why that as soon as we scroll through the screen, the images will go below this div, and I don't want the images be seen below this div. I want this div be in the top and have the background white and the pictures flow beneath it. So after that, we're gonna style a little bit our input. Okay. I'm gonna give the value of padding 0.5 rem. I'm gonna style it a little bit. That's better. I'm gonna say outline none. As soon as I choose this input, I don't want to have the ugly outer board. And then I give the font size 1 rem. Okay, that's better, much better. As you can see, when I right cut, we have a better view of my font sizes. So let's style a little bit the search button. Search button. We have the padding of 0.5 rem and 3 rem. Okay, as soon as I write this, as you can realize on the screen, the search button have some margins already in the back. I'm gonna say margin left 10 pixels. I'm gonna separate a little bit the button, the search button, from my input. I wanna have I'm gonna say background. I'm gonna give the color of blue. Okay. And I'm gonna give the font color of white in order my text will be seen. I'm gonna give the font size 1.2 rem. Okay, now it's much better. I'm gonna give also the cursor of pointer, and I'm gonna say text align center. Text align center. It's not necessary, but do it, because sometimes in some browsers the text is flown in other directions. So what we have next, we're gonna grab the next button, the next page button, and we're gonna style it a little bit. I'm gonna say position fixed. That's why I told you at the beginning, it's gonna stick down at the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna say top 90%. I'm gonna say right 0%. And I will give the padding here already 0.5 rem for top and bottom, and from the left and right I'm gonna give again the 0.5 rem. Okay, here I have to delete the comma and give the O, which is a 0. As soon as I did this, as you see, realized the next button jumped at the bottom of the screen, but it doesn't have any styling to be seen better now. I'm giving the border 1 pixel, solid black. Okay. I'm gonna say the width is gonna be 100 pixel. The text align is gonna be center. Okay. The cursor will be pointer again. As you see now, we have the next button down here, and the images will be displayed here, and as soon as we press the next button, we have the fetching, we'll be fetching the rest of the images. let's see what else we have here and if we can proceed. Let me see if I'm recording myself. I'm here. I realized something in front of the camera. What's that? I don't know. So let's continue. What else we have? And now I am styling a bit the gallery section. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say with 90%. I hope you are staying with me. I know the styling section is a little bit boring. The process is a little bit boring, I know. But as you know, developer world is like this. Always you can't win and you can't get the things that you want. You have to suffer a little bit to get the result better. Transform. Translate X is gonna be minus 50 pixels. Percent, sorry. The display will be grid. The reason I give grid is that I want each how can I say? I want each picture to come next to each other. So, what happened here? Why this jump so? We have the grid template comments. Template columns. It's gonna be a repeat. I'm gonna see 5. I want 5 images to come next to each other, and we have the width of 200 pixels. The row gap will be 10 pixels. The row gap is the property which we can separate the rows with 10 pixels. Also, I'm gonna give the same to the columns. We're gonna separate the columns with 10 pixels. We're gonna give some space between them. Okay. What else we have here? And we say justify content center. I press save. I don't know what is happening here. Why this jump so? I'm gonna fix it in a short while. Next search. Okay. You say margin. Okay. Gallery, div. Okay. What I talk about, I want to have a quick look. Okay, in order to fix this problem, this issue, we are coming here, and by mistake I put these two divs inside my search div, which is totally wrong. We get them out and we press the save button, and now we have a better view of our gallery. Okay, hopefully I'm lucky that I realized the error very early and fixed the problem. So let me see if we are recording. Let me see, I'm getting the image, yeah. I'm getting myself an image. Let's proceed to our coding. Let me check my codes again. I will come back to style.css file, but first I want to have some coding inside my app.js. As I told you at the beginning, the Pexels.com will provide us a key which is located inside our account. I'm gonna show you this. If you don't have any Pexel account, you can create an account. Then you are jumping down here. You see API. You say get started. Because I have load my credentials, the Pexels.com give me, as you see, an API key, and I'm putting inside now. I'm saying authentication, and I'm pasting my code here. Sorry. So let's go back to our coding. I'm gonna full open my app.js file and have some code here. We get our authentication key, and then we grab the next button, document dot query selector. You say next. I got my next button. Then I'm getting my input element, document, query selector again. I'm getting my input, and then I'm getting my search button, document, query selector, search button, and we grab our elements inside my variables that I create. Then I'm creating the let page number, excuse me. I'm giving 1, and I'll explain later what those I'm gonna be using for. I'm say false. In the search, I'm giving the boolean value, and I'm creating the let query, which this is going to be using for while we are inputting something. We are writing inside the input div element. We're going to grab it and equal it to our query, and this will give the power to search inside the API the values that we typed inside our input section. Let me see. Let's at the beginning make some inputs at event listener. As soon as we inputting something, sorry, the event will be input while we are typing something. I'm gonna give the key of E in arrow function, and we're gonna prevent the default. As soon as we hitting the search button, the page will not refresh and lose the data. Will not. You say query e.target value. Okay, it's okay. Also, let me have a check, and let me leave it for Now let's create our function for curated photos, which will be our opening section, opening load. As soon as we open the browser, the images would fetch from the curated photos API. Let me also create this. In order to load the fetch the data from the API, we have to create an asynchron function, and this we will be able to here as parameter we are giving the page number. I'm going to say const data, and as soon as we have the promise, we have to give the await, because we are fetching the promise. This is the promise fetched. And here we are gonna search from pexels.com the curated documentation. Okay. We are having some searches here. The curated photos, and we're grabbing this one. We're copying it. That's good. We are putting some backticks here because we're gonna use the $sign. And for the page number, I say $sign and curly brackets, and I say page number. Okay, I'm deleting this because will not be able to use the $sign. And the API, which comes from pexels.com, requests from us some authorization in order to obtain the data from the site. We're opening here, we say comma inside the fetch, we're opening the curly brackets, and here we say method will be get. We're going to request get data, and for headers I'm opening again the curly brackets and say accept application. Oops. Everything accept application .json, and for the authorization we're going to use our auth key, which is provided by Pexels again. So what we are doing here, are we fine? Let me see. Okay, we are coding here for our stylings. Let's see the result. You see again the await because it's a promise data .json. And again result .photos. Let's for the beginning, let's console log the result we got. Okay. Let me come here, press the console. Oops, I didn't. Okay. Create photos and page number. Okay. As soon as we open the console log, as you see now, we got back the data, which comes from Pexels.com. And here we have the photos. We'll open it. And as you can see now, we have inside the photos, we have some informations about the data that we requested. We have the photographer title, the photographer ID, the photographer URL, which if we want, we can click on it and go to the gallery of related photographer and see what he got so far. And in source file, we have the landscape mode. We have the large 2x, the medium. Those are the sizes of the photograph that we fetched from the application. So now I'm closing now down. I'm getting this to the site and I'm continuing to my codes. I'm doing let comment. I'm deleting the console log. I say result. It puts the photos. We're gonna for each. I'm gonna say photo. It's gonna be arrow function. I'm coming down here. And now here I'm gonna create a div. I'm gonna say pick, I'm gonna say document, create element, div. Okay. Let me see if we are recording. Yes, we're recording. We are here live. We are live. How many minutes are here? 33 minutes. That's good. And after that, I've created the div file. I'm gonna say pick dot inner HTML. I'm gonna write inside my div that I've created. I'm gonna say image source. Oops, here it's gonna be backticks because I'm gonna give the $sign parameter. I'm gonna say source curly brackets, and inside here I'm gonna say photo dot src dot large. I'm gonna get the large photo of the data that returns, and after that I'm gonna create a p tag, and here I'm gonna say photo. I'm gonna get the name of the photographer again. Here I'm gonna say curly brackets once again. This will be photo, sorry, that photographer. Okay, and after all that I'm gonna create an a tag here. I don't know, oops, everything's out of the backtick. I'm gonna paste them here. I'm gonna say H reference. As soon as we click on this A tag, we're gonna have the large image in a new page. Photo, disarray, see the source, large. Okay, I'm gonna name it download. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Where's the ATAC? What's this? Okay. What else we have? And after all this, that we created our div section, we are appending inside our gallery. Query selector, gallery, scene, append child, pick. Okay. And let's see what we've got for the result at the beginning. We've got only one picture because we set per page, we set one. No, this is not one. Per page I want one image and page, it was page number. Let me see at the searching photo. Hold on, see. Search photo. It's the page. And page equals. Yeah, that's better. Now I'm gonna show you what I mean when I say page per page. If I do this for 2 and press save, now we've got 2 pictures here, okay? Okay, I wanna make it 15 per page. We're getting this. Now, because they are not styled, they're like this. Let's go back in our style.css and have some more styling here. Let me go back also inside my coding file, back to style.css and have some styling here. Gallery, div, we're gonna style the div that we've created. And here we say position relative. Okay, I give position relative because everything inside these tags are gonna position them at the top of this picture. That's why I'm giving position relative inside this. I'm styling a little bit the image that we create with an element. I say margin left. I give 5 pixels. I say height, I'm giving 300 pixels. I give the width of 200 pixels. That's why I displayed grid and I give the repeat 5. I wanna have 5 pictures next to each other, the one with the width of 200 pixels. I'm gonna say then object fit. I'm gonna grab, I wanna have a clear image inside my each box, which is gonna display it. Cover. And I'm gonna say object position center. The image will be displayed center of my image file that I've created inside my inner.html, and I want to have the cursor pointer for this. Yeah, that's good, but I don't understand the reason I don't get repeat 5 display see with grid. I don't have the proper display. I want them to be auto columns. Oh my god. Grid columns template. Okay, now it's better. Ooh, again, my control key is out of control. As now you can see, we have a better view. Yeah, it's like this, and as soon as I push this next button, the rest of the images I'm gonna fetch inside my gallery div and have so and so on. It's gonna repeat it. The maximum amount of pictures that you can fetch per hour is 200, and per month is the Pexels.com API give us the ability to have 20,000 results requests from the API. So let me continue here. We have the image. Okay, I'm nice now. Let's continue our styling. Okay, let's style the p tag, position absolute. Okay, I'm going to say margin left. Pixels, and bottom 5 pixels, and I'm going to give the color of the text white. Okay, also for the A tag, styling my E tag. I'm going to say position absolute. Okay. Top will be 0. Left will be 0. Okay. Again, we're gonna say text decoration. Decoration. Maybe not. Underline. I want to have the underline effect. That's good. After that, we are say color. We want the color of text will be white. That's good, but I don't like the margin it has. I'm gonna give now some margin to the left. I'm gonna say 10 pixels, and I want the font weight to be a little bit bolder. Okay. For the I don't understand why the p tag is not styled. I'm gonna say again my codes and see what's happening here. I have my p tag here styled. Okay. Okay. I forgot to put. Okay, now it's better. As you can see now, when the page loads, we will have 15 results per page, and this is the result. When I click this, I will have the large image of each section. Now that's good. That's perfect also. Now let's continue. When we are writing something here, we have a value. For example, cat. We're gonna have the results of cat, 15 per page also. And let's continue our coding and have some fun here. It's very fun. It's very exciting. Let's grab the next button. We're gonna add the add event listener. We're gonna say click. As soon as we click our mouse, something is gonna happen, which is we're gonna increase the page number by 1 and give it to our created photos and here we say if it's not search, if it's false, which means if we open the page and we don't have any input, we don't put any input, and we click the next button, then the page will load automatically the next 15. But if we have put an input value and press the search button, then the search will be true, and we will be fetching the photos which will come from our search photo, which has another age reference, which I'm gonna create now. I'm gonna increase the number of page number by 1, and I'm gonna say here created photos, which is our event, which is as soon as we open the page, loads the page number. Okay, opening again, I click the next button and have the rest 15. I click again the next button and have again the next 15, and I click the button again and I have the next photos. Okay. Let's continue our coding. I'm gonna say here else. If it's not false, that means we have some input here. If the query value is empty, equals empty, then we're gonna say return. Do nothing else. Page number increased by 1, and search, we're gonna create the function which name search photos. You're gonna give you're gonna take two queries, two parameters. You're gonna get first the query, which are our input value, and the page number. And let's create our search photo function here. It will be very simple. It will be very similar, but with slight differences. I'm copying everything from here and paste here, and I say search photos. I name this function search photos, not create photos anymore. Search photos. The first parameter was the query, and the second is our page number. I'm going again to my Pexels.com I'm copying this. As you see now, I choose from the sidebar the search for photos, and I copy this. I'm coming back and I paste it here. Okay, I'm deleting the nature. I put the $sign, the curly brackets, curly brackets, and here I say query. Okay, that's all. Let me see now if we have the result correctly. Okay, everything is fine, but in order to make the input to be valid, to be in a progress, working, we have to say search button, add event listener, click, okay, the arrow function again, and here I'm gonna say if the input dot value equals to nothing, then say return. Here I put 2. That's why to keep the arrow. And then I say search. It's true. I'm making true. It's not false anymore because I've pressed the button of search button. And then I say search photos, the query, and the page number, which I increase by 1. Page number, why it's increased by 1? I don't want to be increased by 1. Anyway. Okay. Okay. That's good also. And I'm gonna add another function which is gonna be the clear function. I'm gonna clear everything. As soon as I press the search button, I wanna have some nice and clean. Let me see if I'm recording myself again. I'm here, I'm still here. We're coming to an end very soon. Don't worry, stay with me until the end, please. It's gonna be fun. We're saying value. We're clearing our value, will be nothing. And we're clearing the gallery body. The reason I'm doing this is when I want to search have the result from the search input. I want to clear the result, the previous result, and have fresh inputs inside my gallery div. And here I say inner HTML will be nothing, and the page number will be 1. Sorry, 1. Let's jump here, I don't understand why. I'm giving this clear here. I'm clearing the results before I get the new ones. And let's see what we got so far. If I write cat and press the search button, the image is loaded, but I have only one result. That's why, because I say 1 per page, I can say 15 here. Okay, I'm gonna write cat again and say search, and we have the results of cats return back. It's a little bit slow process. Yes, we've got the cat images, and we press the next button. As you can see now, we are fetching the data it came from this input value. It's not loading the opening sequence data. That's why we are here. I'm gonna explain this. That's why, where are we? This input value, I say prevent default. I don't want to lose my query data when I'm pressing the input button, the search button. We are keeping inside variable called query, and as soon as I press the search button, I'm clearing it. Let's say also next page. Something's happening here. I don't get the result of let me see, where were we? Where are we? I'm gonna give also page number. I'm gonna increase here the number by 1. I'm gonna say car. Let me see what we've got here. We've got the car pictures, and here I'm getting the same results. Why is this happening all the time? Let me see and search the Y. Search photos. Oh, in here I'm gonna say page equals $, curly brackets, page number. That's why I didn't get the rest result. I'm saying car again. I'm pressing the next button, and now as you can see we are getting the rest pages, the results from the next pages. We've got here the photo creator, the download button, which I'm pressing, and I'm having the result in a large amount. I'm going back. We are having now the load section. I'm pressing again download. Let's ice cream and make the search. Oh, we have nice ice creams here. And this is it. That was it. That was so simple. I hope you like this tutorial. If you like this tutorial and you want to have more like this, please give a big thumbs up to this video And if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. It will help me a lot to reach my target. And we're gonna see each other very soon in my next tutorial. Until then, have a nice night and be safe. Bye bye.